you for things to take here.
You can have that.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's a great pleasure, and thank you for being here. Let's talk about your interest in sports.
Okay.
Now, there was a time in this country, perhaps before you were born, that very few women reported on sports.
Right.
And now, thankfully, all of that has changed. How did it change for you early in your life?
First born in a family of 2 girls, and even the golden retrievers are girls as well. So my poor dad, who's a ginormous sports fan, from Springfield, Massachusetts. And I was trying very hard to convince my dad I was a boy, even though he was in the birthing room and everything. The jig was up, right? And he just sat me down and said, these are the Celtics. These are the Red Sox. They will break your heart. And this is Larry Bird, and he is a god. First crush ever was Kevin McHale, number 32 in my heart. And I was talking to my dad about it today. He said, I just wanted to know the stories. I wanted to know about French Lick, Indiana. I wanted to know about him eating sweet potato pie with Magic. And then that's how it was for me, just learning the stories. And then I went to school for it at the University of Florida, and it kind of just blew up really fast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it was going to happen, being that close to Boston, it was absolutely going to happen.
Right, no doubt. Yeah, and I was in Maine when I grew up with, we were there for 5 years, and then we moved to Florida. And yeah, it's crazy how now it's all turned around, and I've done the World Series. Red Sox obviously won this past year. How'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about it?
It was less interesting for me.
That's good.
But let's talk about something else.
Okay.
More recent. The Super Bowl and the Peyton Manning story. I think everybody in America, irrespective of the Seahawks fans, kind of had a crush on Peyton Manning, making the comeback, getting to the Super Bowl, winning it, and retiring.
Right.
Didn't happen. What was it like there? You covered the game.
Well, so 2 sideline reporters. Pam Oliver was the other, and she chose to do Seattle, and I got Denver. And I mean, how could you not be excited? This was the matchup we wanted, and you're right. We fell in love with him and the matchup, and everything he had been through with the neck surgeries. And, we had met with him a couple days before, obviously, the Super Bowl, and just said, is this going to be it? If you win this, is this going to be it? And he had looked us dead in the eye and said, it's not. I mean, it's absolutely not. It's really the first time since he had been in Denver, he started having fun again. When he first got there, he was getting acclimated to the team, trying to learn the offense, learn all about his players. And he was having fun this year. He was going golfing with the guys, going out, feeling like the old days with Indianapolis.
Well,
so I believe he wasn't retiring.
His first year there also, everybody's worried about the neck.
Right.
But then, during the game, you're right there with the team, behind the guy.
Yeah.
And the first possession for the Broncos, it's like something I would do.
Me too, though.
What was his reaction? What was the feeling there on the sideline after that?
Well, you saw the build-up in the national anthem and the flyover, and it's like, here we go. I'm crying. The players are coming out for intros, and then it's just snapped over his head. And it's like, I literally hit my sideline producer and said, oh, my God. Like, I cannot believe this just happened. So they come back over, obviously, on the sideline, and he goes right for the offensive line. So I'm like the spy. I listen in. I want to hear what he says. Very calm, just said, hey, get it together. Were you there? Did you go? It was very interesting because doing a couple games in Seattle, it was so loud. It was like a college atmosphere. And we were worried that the Super Bowl, because it's so corporate, it wasn't going to be loud. Dave, they were in the end zone right where all the Seattle fans were. So loud, so nuts. And I think that had a little bit to do with it. But he didn't move. He'd come over from 3 and out, interception, sit on the sideline, look at the formation, look at the printouts, talk to the wide receivers. He didn't have much, facial expressions. He didn't need to because he was ticked off and he was trying to figure out a way to adjust. Fox was, the producers in my ear are like, is he doing anything? Is he doing anything? No, he's just sitting looking at the formations trying to figure it out.
But it was quite telling at the time. It seemed like it might be telling, but the sort of thing you'd laugh about after the game. But in fact, it told the whole story there, that blown snap.
It did. The whole thing. And how about halftime coming back? Did you think they had a chance?
Yeah,
I thought they were going to score, yeah.
All right, we'll be right back here with Aaron Andrews, everybody.
Amazing. I've been clear as and clear for 6 days.
Are you tired of talking about Richard Sherman?
Not really. I mean, I was actually actually interested to ask you, what did you think of it?
Well, I loved it, and you know, it's interesting. Here's what I loved most about it. Of course, unusual behavior is always going to get everybody's attention, but this is big time sports. You should expect that. It shouldn't have been a surprise that a guy just saves the game for his team and is full of adrenaline and then worked up, and then the two guys had that exchange. So nobody should be surprised. Here's what I love. He was now being chastised for his outrageous behavior.
I know.
Not that outrageous.
No.
But he was being chastised for his outrageous behavior. He comes to New York for the Super Bowl. He's a perfect gentleman. Now he's being chastised for that.
I know, right?
What do you want? Seriously.
Think about in the play he made. I mean, he saved the game. He sends him to the Super Bowl. How many times would you love a guest to absolutely lose their mind and be candid like that?
Yeah, let's have a little of that.
What would you have asked? Would you have asked anything different?
No, but I mean, if you look at the play, so many of those plays are going to be interference.
Yeah.
And that one wasn't. And that saved the game. And then, what did he say to Crabtree? He goes over and says...
Heck of a game,
Yeah.
and then got the hand in the face.
Yeah.
I said to Peyton, you know, when we met with him before the Super Bowl, I said, hey, now you know, if I get you at the end of this game and you win it, I want you to look at the camera and say, I'm the best quarterback ever! Don't you ever question my legacy! And he looked at me and he goes, because you know I won't do that. And I was like, you're right, I know, but I love you too, Peyton. Kind of a bummer.
And then Dancing with the Stars. Oh my God, did you know about that?
I heard about it. I heard a little something.
You're going to be co-hosting. Well,
and actually there was a rumor that Richard Sherman was going to do it, and then he got injured in the Super Bowl. How epic would that have been? Have the 12th man there with the towels and all that?
but then do you dance?
No, I did a couple years ago. 4 years ago, I was on the show.
You got to broke your leg or something?
No, I wish I could have said that's why I was so bad. I did beat Ocho Cinco. That was the highlight for me. But I broke my foot, and I ended up losing about 15 pounds. I looked like a 12-year-old boy. I was like a stick figure. It was
Now,
nasty.
what does Dad think of you now Dancing with the Stars?
He's excited. It's kind of like the Michael Strahan thing. You know, he's one of my coworkers on Fox, and he does entertainment during the day, and then talks football with the boys. So it's the best of both worlds.
Protect yourself.
Yes, sir.
Good luck on your new gig, and we'll see you next. We'll see you all year round on Fox.
Yeah.
It's Erin Andrews, ladies and gentlemen, from Dancing with the Stars. We'll be right back in a little bit.
Okay. On the other side, a small sample can disagree on their response to the question of what they think about being alive has been linked to it. They may even formulate about how objectionable it is to be alive. Now, there are really no incisive answers to why people think pessimism, and in the minority opinion of pessimists, most of the people in this world have to work very hard to keep from thinking there is anything objectionable about being alive. Lamentably, we cannot choose to think what we think or feel. Nevertheless, those who believe they can choose what they think are incapable of choosing what they chose to think and feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And when they're shifted, finger on the top. Move another one and position it so that the top balances. Finger on the top side. Just hold it down while you pull something. All you need is this one. On the top. Put on the top. Let's go on there. Put it on the top. Put it on the top, balance it out. Feel the bricks. Feel the brick side. Remember, even centimeters count right now. So close, side.
Whoa!